Hello children, let's continue with chapter number 3, that is Understanding Quadrilaterals of Standard 8th. We have studied a lot about the introductory part about the quadrilaterals. Now we are going to use all the concepts to solve the examples. Here, the first question of exercise 3.1 goes as: classify each of the given figure on the basis of the following. So, 8 figures are given to you and you are supposed to classify them on various bases. Let us start with the first one, that is simple curve. Now we have to locate the simple curve out of all these 8 figures. Here the given figures 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 will be included under the heading simple curve. The rest 3, that is third figure, fourth figure and the 8th figure, will not be included as or called as simple curve, because in the third figure you have two curves, one inside the other. In the fourth figure, you have overlappings. Here also you have certain overlappings. Whereas if you check the first, second, fifth, sixth and seventh figure, the figures are closed and no overlappings are there. So they are called as simple curves. Next, simple closed curves. Here again the same figures will be considered because they are no doubt simple curves as already stated. Moreover, they all are closed. That means their starting and ending point is one and the same. So they can also be termed in this case as simple closed curve. The next is polygons. As we all know, polygons are simple closed curves having line segments only. So, only the first and second figure, they are made up of line segments, whereas the rest 3, that is 5, 6 and 7, have curves. So, it is only first and second figure which can be called as polygons. The next is convex polygons. As we have discussed earlier, in a convex polygon, all the diagonals lie inside and the angles are not at all reflex angles. So, the figure 2 can be considered as a convex polygon. For the first figure, this angle is a reflex angle. So, it will not be termed as convex, whereas it will be rather called as a concave polygon. Next is concave polygon. So, obviously it will be figure 1. How many diagonals does each of the following have? A convex quadrilateral, that is the very first figure. So, this is one diagonal and this is another diagonal. So, they are 2 in number. Next, a regular hexagon. So, in a regular hexagon, this is how we continue drawing the diagonals. Diagonals are the lines which join non-adjacent non-adjacent vertices. So, from first vertex, we have 3 diagonals. From the second vertex, I have 3 more. From the third vertex, one is already drawn, so 2 more. So we are adding them up slowly. From the fourth vertex, 2 diagonals are already there, so I have 1 more. From the fifth vertex, 3 are already done, and from the sixth vertex, 3 are already done. So if we go on actually counting the the diagonals, they are 9 in number. So a regular hexagon has 9 diagonals. For a triangle, there are all the vertices as adjacent vertices. These two are adjacent. These two are also adjacent vertices. These two are also adjacent vertices. So, we don't have any non-adjacent vertex to be joined. So, the number of diagonals in a triangle is always 0. That is, no diagonal at all. What is the sum of the measures of the angles of a convex quadrilateral? Yes, it is 360 degrees. For a convex quadrilateral, the total sum is always 360 degree for all the interior angles. Will this property hold if the quadrilateral is not convex? Not convex quadrilateral actually means convex quadrilateral. The same property holds true for concave quadrilateral. Actually, the property is for quadrilateral. In a quadrilateral, whatever type it is, the sum of all the interior angle is always 360 degrees. Here you are told to make a non-convex quadrilateral and give it a try. So, if I draw a non-convex, that is concave quadrilateral, and say if I join one of the diagonal, we get two triangles, and the sum measure of all the interior angles of a triangle is 180. So, two triangles, that is 180 plus 180, total measure of all the angles will therefore be equal to 180 plus 180, that is 360 degrees. With this, we are proceeding. These are the two figures wherein you can easily see that after drawing one diagonal in a given quadrilateral, it can be a convex or a concave one. We get two triangles, and for a triangle, the total measure of all the angle is 180. So 180 twos are 360 degree. So the sum measure of all the angle is always 360. Here we have a table given, and we have been given figures with the number of sides and the angle sum of each. We are coming up with a formula. For the first figure, the number of sides, it is 3, and the angle sum is 180. For the second figure, there are 4 sides. Here we have two triangles after drawing a diagonal. So, the total sum will be 2 multiplied by 180. 180 because the sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180. So, for two triangles it will be 2 into 180. 2 can be written as 4 minus 2 into 180 degrees. So, the answer is 360 degrees. Next comes a 5-sided figure. For a 5-sided figure, we can draw two diagonals and get 3 triangles. So, we have 3 multiplied by 180 as the angle sum, whereas 3 can be written as 5 minus 2. So, the total sum of all the angles comes out to be 540 degree. This is how we continue for all such figures. Now, what can you say about the angle sum of a convex polygon with the number of sides 7? If the sides are 7, then the formula will be 7 minus 2. Every time we were subtracting 2. So, here also we are subtracting 2, and the sum of the angles will be 7 minus 2 into 180 degree, that is 900. So a figure having 7 sides, for that figure we will have the angle sum measure as 900 degrees. If there are n number of sides, the formula will be n minus 2 into 180 degree. So this comes out to be a formula which can be used for any number of sides. Let's move ahead. What is regular polygon? A polygon having equal sides and equal angles is called regular polygon. We have discussed about the definition earlier also. Here the very first figure is a three-sided regular polygon. We call it equilateral triangle. The second is a four-sided regular polygon which is called as a square. The third figure is a six-sided regular polygon. Such figures are named as regular hexagon. If it is a five-sided figure, five-sided regular polygon, we'll call it as a regular pentagon. This is how they are named. With this, we come to the end of this video. We'll continue with other examples in the coming videos. Thank you.